something a little different from me today. I am currently sat in my fish room, or my reptile room, or animal room, or whatever you want to call it, and I am planning a new setup. Now, I'm sat here pondering about what kind of content I want to make with it, and normally I like Instagram. I like throwing a few really fast clips together, you know, some fast music, and putting out a 90-second video. This project's going to be a bit longer, and I thought, I've not uploaded a YouTube video in about 10 years, why not give it a go? So this video might never see the light of day, but if it does and you're watching this, then hi, I'm Michael. I run the Instagram page Longfield Exotics. I used to do a little bit of reptile YouTube, a little bit of fish YouTube back in the day. We were talking 10, 11, 12 years ago. And I thought, yeah, this would be quite fun. So let me show you the project and we'll get started. So what we're doing today is we're going to be turning this 3-foot, 180 litre fish tank into a Amazonian biotope style black water tank. Now at the moment there is 2 breeding pairs of angelfish. I had a lot of fun with these guys. These guys won't be staying, unfortunately. I've got some really cool new fish. Now, I didn't plan on moving these guys on so quickly, but the opportunity arose to pick up some dream species, like an absolute species that I've wanted for years. The opportunity came up and I couldn't pass it up. So why don't I show you those now? And that species are these absolutely beautiful, amazing, wild-caught Colombian Altums. Now, like I said, these are a bucket list species. I have wanted these guys ever since I've started keeping fish. They've either always been too expensive, just not available, or yeah, just too big, really. These guys are quite young. They came into the country back at the kind of end of summer, so not too old either. And I've had them for about a month now in this kind of holding tank. Just want to make sure they were eating. I've dewormed them, and I want to set up this tank for them. I also have some red laser tetra and some Corydoras davidsanzi, which are going to be going into the tank as well. Small numbers of each because this is just a little holding tank at the moment, but I do want to bump those numbers. And really, really small Geophagus fenni. And there is a Queen Arabesque in there too. Like I say, this tank has only been temporarily. It was just to hold the angels whilst I dewormed them and got everything ready. And yeah, going to have future plans for this tank. It's on my new stack, so a couple of future plans to go with that. But yeah, those are the fish. Let's get started with the tank. Some of you might have noticed or thought to yourself, wait a second, those are domestic angels. You've just showed us some wild-caught Altums. Are you not worried about putting the Altums into the water that the domestics were in? And I have to admit, that is 100% the reason why I have not done this build yet. I also have had the fish for a month. These guys I've known have been moved. I've picked up a few different supplies for the tank build. But my biggest worry is moving those Altums into here. There could be some sort of pathogens or kind of parasites that these fish have carried from being domestic. Mixing those with the immunity of wild caught fish and kind of what they might carry poses quite a bit of risk. And I've kind of thought about this and kind of worked out what I wanted to do. Now, originally I thought I'll drain the tank, deep clean everything, scrub everything down, change the filters, etc. But these are really mature filters and I don't want to lose all the beneficial bacteria because I do plan on adding quite a lot of fish quite quickly. Now, that's one way of doing it, but I decided to bite the bullet and I bought myself a UV. And I hope with this that it's going to remove all the worry. I'm going to install that first of all, I'm going to catch the fish, take out the breeding cones and the divider. I'm going to install this. I'm not going to show that on camera because it's literally cutting some pipe and sticking this into here. It's really quite simple. But once I come back, we'll have a completely bare tank. this will be installed. I might leave it to run for a little bit, but I do need to add the sand as well, so it might get a little dusty. So I'll probably add the sand and then leave it for a couple of days. The substrate I'm going to be using for the tank is going to be JBL Zanzibar White. Now, this is my favourite substrate. I use it. I've used it in my big display tank in the living room, and the holding tanks I just showed you. I've even got it at my Kimberley Rock monitor Viv. It's by far my favourite sand. It's a nice soft sand, so Corys are going to love it. It doesn't cloud the water as well. It's really easy to pour in. So that's going to be the substrate. Not going to do a base layer because I don't plan on using too many plants. It's more going to be focusing on the fish. And I've also got some botanics from Superfish. This is the Biotope set Amazon. Some really cool leaf litters, some different pods and flower stems and nuts and all sorts. I've also got a few extra bits. For Hardscape, I'm going to be using some Mopani that I've already got pre-soaking, so it should sink straight away. And then probably just some beach cobbles, some kind of nice pebbly stones. So, next part you should be seeing will be the sand getting added. Catch you in a bit. Okay, so that's the breeding cones out, the divider's out as well, and I've caught the fish out. I've just added the sand you would have seen in the time lapse, and you can see here why I love the JBL White so much. Little cloudy, not terrible, pretty good I'd say, so let's get some hardscaping. Like I say, I'm going to go for some beach pebbles and some Mopani. So after a week I'm still messing around with the hardscape. I ended up using quite a few more rocks than I originally planned, but I quite like the way it's turned out so far. So it's been just over a week now since we started setting up the Amazonian tank that's going to have the Altum Angels in it. In that week I've added the UV system on top of the external. I've also started moving over some of the fish. So there's the red laser tetra, the geophagus are down there, and then the David Zanzai Corys are on the bottom there as well. So today, now that I'm happy with everything, I took a bit of time to do the scape. I've eventually decided on this kind of swooping branches or kind of roots, kind of with some little cobbles and pebbles. In the video you would have seen me setting it up, I did have kind of two lots, one coming here, one coming here. I decided that I liked the open space more of just having the kind of the one coming all the way down. So yeah, that's what we're going for. But in today's like little section of the video, we are going to add. So I've got the fish bagged up. I've got my 7 small Altums in there. I'll put those to one side for a second. And I also have in this bag the Queen Arabesque Plec. Stunning kind of silvery blue Plec with kind of black pinstripes. They're one of my favourites. They're also great for kind of these style aquariums because they're primarily meteors. so they're going to like a lot of the same sort of foods. But just now, what we're going to do, I'm going to throw in some of this botanics. I've got a monkey pot, nice bell pod, some leaf litter, some alder cones, a little bit of acorn caps. Yeah, so we're going to throw that in just now, and then we'll get the fish acclimated. I don't really have a plan for the botanics. I'm just going to kind of bung it all in, see what wants to float to the surface, see what's going to kind of sink right to the bottom, and kind of let it kind of naturally fall. But I'm going to do the few big pieces first. There's a nice monkey pot, and I want that, thinking, there. Not sure if that makes that area a bit too busy, but we'll go with it for now. I also have this. What's that gonna? Nice. Right, maybe pop that. Okay, placed in there. Now a lot of this stuff is quite new, so I think it is just going to. Oh, is that going to fall? Nice. Okay. Might just throw that on the bottom. And then the rest of this stuff, I'm just going to. Yeah, I didn't think. I have been soaking this in some boiling water, but honestly, it's just going to float. Just let it do its thing. I didn't go for any large pieces of leaf litter, because I didn't want it to take up too much of the space. Just let that all fall. Probably get another bag of the Superfish Amazon Botanics, just to get a few more. But there we go. How's that looking? Yeah, definitely going to need some more. But let me now float the fish. Now they are coming from a tank in the fish room, so everything should be very similar. I think the only difference being is that the other tank that they were in already had a lot of botanics, so quite a lot of tannins in the water already. So I'll just let them float for a little bit, and then we'll come back. Cool. I'm just about to let the Altum Angels and the Queen Arabesque out of their bags. They've been acclimating for about half an hour now, so that should be more than enough time. I'm just going to let them go. But I just wanted to film this really quick outro just to say thank you very much for watching the video. If you do like this video that I've put together, then please feel free to like the video, comment down below any suggestions for this tank. It's not a permanent home. These Altums are going to get too big for it, and they'll be moved into the 5 foot in the living room. Afterwards, what I'm going to do with the tank, I'm not too sure yet, but that's at least 6 months, 6-8 months down the line. So for the time being, I'm hoping to add maybe a few more species of catfish, some more cories. Definitely want to get more of these red laser tetra. They're not in the camera. No. They're going to come out this way. Definitely want to get more of those red laser tetra. I think they're brilliant. I want a good group of them. And yeah, possibly some more Queen Arabesques as well. I think that would be spot on. But yep, thank you very much for watching. I've got a few more videos lined up, which I've had a lot of fun filming this one, so I've got a few more lined up that I'll do, and then kind of see where that takes me. I've got a few projects lined up as well. I've got some vivariums that I want to build, some bioactive stuff for some of the geckos. The Timors need an upgrade, so yeah, lots coming, and yeah, if this goes well, then I'll might see about recording those as well. But I'll end this here, and I'll end the video with some B-roll of the Altum swimming around and whatnot. Also, drop a comment down below if you think I should add more plants to this tank or not. Because it's not a permanent tank, I'm a bit hesitant to put too many plants in. I did add a few little bits of Anubias, you might have noticed. The substrate's not very deep, so we're probably going to have to stick with kind of Nubius or maybe some Java Fern. But yeah, let me know down below what you think I should do with this tank going forward. And there's the Hardscape.